guys, and welcome back to the Flippin' Automotive Shop. Today we will be working on our 2005 Acura TL. We had a little mishap on the left front here. We have a couple broken studs, which was causing the tire to come loose, and the tire decided that it wanted to try to leave the chat. I did just double check a few things just to make sure I got the parts and stuff that I needed. That's the only reason it's taken apart right now. I have video of it. I'll put in. Give you a little bit of a tour of the car first. It is an 05 Acura TL. It's got the 3.2 liter V6 VTEC. It's been in an accident, pretty good one. Crunched in the whole front corner here. Frame rail went over. Technically, it has a broken corner on the transmission, but it's not affecting anything right now, so we're not worried about it. We did just put in some new motor mounts. I do apologize about the lighting. We have them. We just have to get them correctly wired up first. So that will be improving really soon. That'll be in a future video as well. So stay tuned for that. I'm definitely not an electrician, so it could be very entertaining. But it's, as I said, 05. It's not a Type S or anything like that. It's automatic, but leather. Got the traditional cracked up dash that you always see in these things. And it's sitting, I think, right around 220,000 miles on it. But eventually, idea is to clean it up, maybe some black wheels, new paint job, hopefully eventually. Got most of the badges off the back of it. And looking pretty decent here now. I actually just had to fix that tire the other night, too, before the other tire had an issue. But let's come here. But yeah, we've already done a little bit of work to this car over the past few months, actually, since we picked it up to replace another vehicle that we had. We've ended up already doing new lever control arms. It's got new struts. It's got new motor mount, which I'll show you here in a second. What else did we end up doing on this side? We also did the upper control arm, which I'll end up getting you guys in a little bit closer on the other side when we start tearing all this apart on that side. But essentially, that's about how far we're going to end up taking it. As I was saying, we did do a motor mount down in here the other day, because whenever this thing got hit at one point, it shoved the frame rail over towards the driver's side, which messed up all the hood gaps and everything to the fenders. When we ended up buying it, we pulled the frame back over to the passenger side, and it still had a few little broken things, nothing crazy though. We also ended up just replacing the, we'll see whenever we get in there, but the harmonic balancer back in there. We're not the ones responsible for curbing the wheels. The left front's bent as well. Not bad, it still actually balances out, but I guess let's get into this and see what we can discover on this side. I'll kind of take you along with an inspection of everything here and see what we find. But last week, we ended up getting a bad vibration on the left front. This is one of our dailies, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to set a whole lot up to try to get a video going on it. But what we ended up discovering was that the wheel bearing, which I will show you later, started to seize up essentially. So, alright. So here, I at least have the brake hose held up right here up near the knuckle for the time being. I'm going to start loosening. Okay, these are a little too tight. That was bad. Whoops, my bad. It's done in the first 5 minutes, right? I think I'm good. It's only once. We're having one crazy windstorm today, though. Just waiting for the rain to get here right now. I'm sure we can hear the wind in the background and everything. Really starting to kick up a little bit. Let's see if we can rest this somewhere semi-safe. You can see right here and right here. That's the main reason why we're replacing this, is because there's 2 studs snapped off, and we just don't trust it after the noise that it was making. I'm not. In the other video, I tried to explain. I'm not sure if you'll see it in the clip, but you'll see where there's 2 set bolts that broke off right here. They were also not sitting, at least in the holes where they should have been on this rotor. So I'm not sure if that caused an issue. Rotor still looks like it's in pretty good shape still, though. So we're gonna run with that. As I'm saying, both of the pads, plenty of life left in them. Not concerned about anything there. And we're gonna clean up and grease the sliders and stuff. Already got the axle nut off. They do pin them right here, so whenever they pin them, it stops it so it doesn't back off as easily, because there is a notch right here at the end of the CV axle. So we need to, pretty sure this is 17, yeah, 17, there's 17. Let's see if we can break this loose. Too big. I just don't want to grab one. I already hear you guys. I have them, I just don't want to get up, I'll be completely honest. It's also not that bad, I already broke everything loose already, so. I'm gonna try to just probably time-lapse that stuff in here, or in the middle somewhere here. Why am I still talking? This is gonna be a time lapse now. Doesn't need to be a time lapse. Should have jacked it up more. The music is also too low. But this dust shield right here, pretty loud. Every time I whack with the wrench. I don't know how bad my audio is gonna be on this one. I already apologized for that one. I am working on trying to make it better. whenever you keep the nut on the last few of your threads, whenever you tap on them, I always recommend doing that, or don't hit on your bolts, because that'll help protect the threads whenever you're tapping it out there. And then this one does have a rounded end on it, so we'll give it a couple more there. Anything's a hammer, if you want it to be. Alright, that's enough. I need to get a hammer. Hammer time. Say that way. Copyright. Alrighty, grab my jack. Right, bottom there. So we have to get that one off. Oh. Dust shield, right there. What I'm doing right now is just jacking this up until this seems to be pretty even all the way around right here. That'll keep the pressure off the actual threads and usually make it easier to pop out. Not always, but sometimes. Oh. I don't want that wire, it's not a bruise. Now this is going to make me look like a fool. I didn't break that one loose either. Sorry, I'm a little off. I'm annoyed about my other videos not recording how I wanted them to, but that's okay. They're actually really tight. So I need to put the ABS sensor up anyway. So we'll go back at her. There we go. Whoa. Come on for the ride. So right now the issue beeth in a floppy knuckle with a little ball joint that don't want to pop. So idea, should nothing bites too bad. Get a holder. Just need a nut. There it is. There it is. Alright. So this should give us stabilization. Stabilized. Upward pressure on the bottom, and then can I whack the control arm? I think it's like push them anyway. Yeah, there's a freaking dust shield in the way. Oh, I smashed it. I'll bend it back. Bend it back this way. And then we'll also just gonna hit that out of the way. It's pivoting in there. It's such a pivoting situation, man. Control arm. Get in. Oh, that sounded better. It wasn't though. I had enough. Man. I think I got it. You got it? and the pinky. Ooh. I'm good. I think. I'm not taking my glove off though. Ooh. Shake it off, just keep on working, yeah. Shake it off, just keep on working. You didn't just sledgehammer your finger. I just sledgehammered my finger and it hurts, and so does my shin. I need to get... At this point, nothing surprised me. Ta-da. Now, in here, we should have a C-clip. I think I need a screwdriver. I know I need a screwdriver. Is this gonna go over good or bad? I don't know. This is actually really heavy. Ooh. Where's the dead spot? Right there. There's your dead spot. It's got one there and through here. But yeah. It's tight though. That's the funny thing. It's tight. It's not wobbly loose. It just went dry, I think, honestly. So now that we got this off, we have to jump in here, pop the silver ring out, and there should be a C-clip. We'll be back. All right. See if we can get this dust cap out. Hopefully this won't be too bad. Not usually horrible. I just don't want to bend it up too bad. I'm gonna bend it anyway. Should check to see if the kit came with new ones. I think it did actually. Came with new hubs, new bearings. We'll go. I can fix it anyway. So where's this? Should, based off what everybody has said, probably should. Is there supposed to be C-ring? C-clip? Is there no C-clip? C-clip on the other side? I remember, of course. I thought there's supposed to be a C-clip in here. Can I just press this? This machine flat. Whoa. What's Dora? W Dora? The Dora. They don't see a snap ring, so scarier. Pretty sure it's supposed to have one, but we'll take a look at our situational configuration, and we will move. Drop the handle. I've also never used this. I also don't know if it's overly tightened, obviously. Just tap it down. Where is it? Ear ringer. I have to weigh more. Something up that way. Maybe something. That's not too big enough to fall through. I wish it was wider. Those are hard enough because I don't have 5 studs on this. I need like this under there. That's exactly where I need it. Just over the way to put that side. Now, I never let you guys know how much experience I have with a press. I think you're figuring it out right about now if you haven't figured it out yet. I know the concept. I've seen them get used. I've never used one myself. Higher or shorter. Okay, we got some balance-ish. What do I have here? Here and here. It's gonna go down. And over in front of me. Probably overthinking this. Also, not a lot of work with the leader. I have no wood. I've got wood. more options, maybe? I guess we can just see if he's going to move at all, or if we're going to have to go elsewhere to have this done. Or I don't have many tools for this, honestly. Kind of has me worried. Will she start to move? Or will it not? Let's find out what's going to happen. Bad things? More than likely. Keep in mind, first time I have ever attempted to press anything. So we end up slip. When we get to start to move, I'll spend more time on it. Hey, tower piece of which I was afraid of. She's just gonna slide, isn't she? Curious though. Bit of pressure on that. Kind of what I was expecting to happen, sadly. I wish I was good. Just can't. There's support. You don't want you to charge me to press these. It's more fun to try yourself there sometimes. Learn a new skill, right? Yeah, that's what I'm teaching here, right? Learn a new skill until I can get that. You know, there's just no room. This is the hardest thing to flip and set up. I want to do it though. I really want to be able to do it. There's not enough side. I'm going to bust those ears, I think. Can you hold metal?
I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8, 38s, 9, 9, 10 Mac 10, the shits never end. You can't.
Coming down. So what we have here, this whole thing is a knee assembly. It composes of the upper control arm, the knuckle, the lower control arm, and the strut in this particular case. Sometimes people include the strut, sometimes they won't, depending on how you purchase them, but sometimes you can buy a whole new knuckle assembly, but that's not what we're here for today. What we're doing today is we're going to be replacing the wheel bearings on the front of this. Mainly because we're having to do the hubs anyway because of these 2 broken studs. The other side happened to have the exact same issue. Whoever owned the car before we didn't treat it the nicest, unfortunately. Well, it's not the guy directly before us, it was the people who owned it before he did. But we got it for a pretty decent deal. Ended up placing new upper and lower control arms on it, new shock, strut, a few other things here over the past few months, just trying to get it back to where it needed to be. What size are you? Yeah, so first off, we're going to go ahead and pull these calipers first. We're going to actually do kind of a complete disassembly of the brakes. We're going to pull the caliper as well as the actual caliper bracket as well. I'll show you why here in just a second. We're going to, if you haven't ever seen it before, the brakes have sliding pins on them, and I don't know the last time these were actually greased or anything. The pads on the other side are still pretty good. Oh, she'll go here in a second. I found her start to move. Come on. Alright. We're tightening it. No? Okay, now will she come? So something was moving or breaking. There she goes. Always making me second guess myself. Suckers are tight. Oh, and so story time. How about that? I'm pulling off this caliper here. So all this started, I think it was Friday afternoon, and girlfriend was on her way to work, and I was at home. I was still asleep before going to work, but I was sitting, or actually I wasn't sitting there. I was laying in bed, and I was actually having this dream because we just did the oil change on the car the night before. Which you can actually, I have a flashlight over here somewhere. As you can see, we just changed the oil filter and the harmonic balancer. As you can see, nice new and shiny. The night before we ended up having this issue. So for whatever reason, I was having a dream that night morning because it was right about 7 o'clock whenever I got the call, and she said the car was knocking. And I was like, oh crap! I mean, obviously terrified that I just had done the oil change the night before. So I run out here. I grabbed I usually keep like a gallon of oil in one hand at any given time, just for obvious reasons, because you never know what's going to happen. You may need some. But I ended up running out here, grabbing that and everything I could. Went out there and come to find out it wasn't anything that we did the night before. We just probably should check the wheel bearings. And then ended up getting back at home at like 8:20 or so once we drove the car back. Literally the left front wheel was about ready to fall off the car. But we don't want to wait for AAA. This is one of our daily drivers, so it's very important that we get it back up and going as quickly as we can. As I drop the caliper. Sorry, getting a little personal there. Pull the pads. Plenty of life. Like literally like brand new. Car actually stops amazing. Those are gonna suck. Let's see, these should be 17s. 18. 17. How tight is this one gonna be? I think she's already moving. Yeah. So I'm taking out 2 bolts. 2 bolts on the backside here, which will free up the brake caliper. I'm also gonna grease up the brake hardware here. If they don't have, if they're not greased up, sometimes you can get a little bit of squeal whenever you hit the brakes, just because the brake pads actually slide in between them. We'll go back in. We'll explain more of that whenever we go to put everything back together. I'm trying to not beat up a brake caliper. There we go. There she is. One more. And then we got this. If you can tell me what I used this for the other day, leave a comment down below. I want to hear what your thoughts are, and then I'll let you know in a future video. There they are. There we are. There, nothing crazy. 17mm head. You pull these 2 guys out, along with these 2 for the caliper. You set those off to the side, and your caliper bracket magically pops off. So, what I'm checking here are these sliding pins. Oh, that one's not too bad. This one's not as bad as the other side, but you can take these apart, and you can... I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing now that I'm thinking about it. I apologize. But as I was saying, these sliding pins, they slide in and out that the caliper's right on, and they're supposed to be greased. This one isn't wonderful, so I'll take you through doing all that here in a little bit whenever we get it in there and start getting things cleaned up. But the next thing we have to do is get the axle nut and these 2 Phillips out of the rotor. Rotor doesn't feel horrible, so hopefully not too bad to get off. And I do have the other 2 lug nuts to replace each side here as well. Bought this very specifically for last time we actually... What did we do? I feel like I think we ended up having this off whenever we ended up doing the control arms, which is why I bought the socket last time. Just trying to remember. And it is pinned here, keyed. So whenever I take it off, I do have new hardware to put here, so I don't have to reuse this one. There we go. Cue Huggy Duggas. Let me go grab a Phillips and a hammer. That's how I roll. Bolts and nuts and cotter pins. That's how vehicles are put together. I'll go somewhere else with that. Not that creative yet. Yeah. We can do it. And we will be replacing cotter pins too, just so you guys know. I have a whole kit in the other in the shed. Yeah, so right now we're doing some cotter pin out of the outer tie rod, and hoping that whenever we go to take the nut off the outer tie rod that it doesn't spin, because that's a thing, and it's a thing. I don't want it to be a thing. It's still be a thing, isn't it? Please don't be a thing. Did it spin? Yep. Tie rod off. You'll have a flippy flappy. Tonight. Who's daylight? I got those headlights. I call it Shanty Shack. Just see the angle of the ball joint straightens out as we go up. I think that's a slight angle, so I'm hoping they bring it up the angle. The bottom of the ball joint may straighten out, but I don't have much swing room. Which... Come off! Same shape-ish. Not strong. Insane. I need more tools. At least some. Alright guys, and today's the day after the last previous clips. You should have saw me trying to press out the bearings with the press back there. I did not have the right tools to try to get that bearing and stuff pulled. I didn't have the right blocks or anything. So unfortunately I just took it uptown and had one of the shops uptown get it pressed out for me. Got them brought back here now. Get them, main goal tonight is to try to get them back on the Acura. They did put in the old, the whole new hubs, and I did have them also put in the lower ball joints down here as well while it was apart. I'll make sure everything's greased up and stuff before I get stuffed on there, but I gotta just get them, this one tightened back up, just a couple screws down around there. I was going to try to cut this off and try to get it at a better angle, but I had to work today. I didn't have time, and I just had to keep going and get some stuff done. But let's get some stuff set up here and see what we can get figured out. And hopefully, I'm just gonna wait left, because the dust shield says left. Now that my hands are dirty, now, all right, set her down on the bottom ball joint, let the CV axle slide in. Theoretically, I should figure out what goes on there first. Ah, check that out. Isn't that nuts? That's a step. Oh, too tight. Come on, there she goes. Okay. See what happens here. Don't feel bad. We'll get the cotter pins here in a little bit. Oh man, I hope you guys can see. Okay, you should be good. I said I checked all that. But I think I'm crazy. It's alright, I do too. Big orange case. I said you to the big an orange case. Later. Tater. What's that for? That's one. Right leg side. I try doing things right. That looks nice, that looks good. Start driving them in. Some stuff really is as simple as it looks. I mean, obviously having the right tools help, but hell, the time just to press out the freaking bearings cost me enough. Which, next time, I'm just gonna run the tool before I have to do this again. Because I'm not paying for that again. I could have bought the tool cheaper than what I just paid them to do it. But sometimes when you're in a pinch, you got to assess your priorities and make your best judgment call. You're not always gonna get it right. But you know what? Sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes things happen for a reason. And where the hell is my cotter pin hole? I went from meaningful to meaningless. Oh, if you look back at my other clips, I did lose my sunglasses yesterday. I was looking for like 5-10 minutes before I came out here, and then I remembered where I left them. I don't see the cotter pin hole. Is this what that cotter pin hole? I'll eventually double nut it because that's kind of weird, but it's definitely a castle nut. Where's the whole ball joint spring? No. It's only really tight. I'm not too concerned. I mean, I am concerned, but I'll jam nut it. Not right now. I will eventually jam nut it though. That's really weird. Right. Timber! Always inevitable. Always gotta hit the damn camera, ain't I? I'm gonna be mad at that spoon. I don't think it is yet. They're down here, so it should be right about here and here. Should be enough like nuggets for that. That should be tight. That should be tight. Isn't that just nuts? I think that goes on. No interference with that. Okay, that actually has a little different size. We'll finish running that in here in a little bit. Okay. I have a socket, it's just a little smaller nut. That's fine, not a big deal. It happens on these parts sometimes. I just get myself in the ear with a mud flap. Sometimes that's enough. Will that be enough for us? Size on you. Spinning, aren't you? You didn't stay. You didn't like it, huh? At all. have something better than this. It's not. Let's do this stupid thing. That's really all we have. Thanks, buddy. Cooperate. Very edge. With all this, I don't have a fingernail out right now, but she'll be fine. You won't want to replace it either. Just got the transmission in. Yeah, I like to take nothing else, so I know nothing. We might be going on an adventure here in a little bit. Hey, see the thing over there. Shouldn't be too much. I've got some stuff apart. There she goes.
Bye.